And then next, we'd like to welcome Olek. And Olek's going to talk about his work, on the React toolkit, React 3 Fiber, and basically how he's integrating the immersive web into this huge ecosystem of React web development. So thank you so much, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Really excited to be here. This is my first presentation in a public conference. So hi, my name is Olek, and I'm a web developer. And in my free time, I like to play around with anything VR or AR related. And in this talk, I want to share with you a project that I've been doing for some time now. It's called WebXR, and it builds on top of React 3 Fiber and provides web developers with components needed to quickly build VR applications with React. So this project is all about giving tools, components to developers to easily create WebXR experiences. First, I want to talk about Pymandres. It's an open source developer collective, which ReactXR is part of, bringing you such libraries as React Spring, React 3 Fiber, Zustand, and so much more. So if you want to join, we have a Discord. Any questions will be answered. And yeah. So first, let's talk about React 3 Fiber. So it's a library that allows you to use all of the 3JS in React. So 3JS is a powerful 3D engine, and React 3 Fiber ties it together with React. You get declarative way of making apps and games. You have huge existing React ecosystem that includes animation libraries, state management. So every library you can use in React, you can use it here. And also growing number of libraries in the React 3 Fiber ecosystem. So for example, like physics library use Canon, a collection of useful helpers Dry, and React Reflex for 3D layout. We also have accessibility library to enable navigation with keyboard, for example, and of course, ReactXR. So ReactXR is a library that contains React components to help any React developer start creating XR experiences in no time. Because it's extended in React 3 Fiber, you can use all of the libraries. Like, for example, you can see here the library use Canon is used. So it's a physics engine that works out of the box with the React 3 Fiber. Just add a couple lines of code, and your objects become interactive and physical objects. And all of those examples you see on screen are extremely simple. They're like 100 to 100 lines of code and available on GitHub. So I encourage you to check them out. So let's look at some of the components that are available for you in ReactXR library. One of them is default XR controllers. It's a one line that you can add to your app and have full models of the controllers. Underneath, it uses WebXR input profiles. So it loads a controller of the device you're using. So for example, if you have Oculus Quest, you'll see Oculus Touch controllers in your hands in your app. Another component is hands. And with one line of code, you can add hands to your app. So you will be able to physically see your hands and mesh on the device that's supported, like Quest and Quest 2. And on the side note, it's kind of incredible to have an API for human body. Like, can't wait to have an API, for example, heart rate or user's mood. I'm sure something like that already exists somewhere deep in the Facebook Reality Labs, but that's another topic. Another component is interactive. So let's say you want to attach some listeners like on click, on hover, on blur. So you wrap any object in a scene in this component, and it becomes interactive. So it's super convenient if you want like build a button in a couple of seconds. And so let's say you want to create your first React application or a game. How would that look like? So to get started, we'll get started with like a regular React app. You have your main app component. So first thing you do is add VR or AR canvas. So this will create an empty scene with like a button to start immersive session. And even at this point, you have fully working application that you can launch without anything in it yet, but still, it's that simple. And then let's add controllers. So the controller component discussed previously, it's just one line of code. And let's, for example, add some content to our app. So let's add cube for dry library. And right now we have a VR application with controllers and some content in just a couple lines of code. And to show the power of the React Tree Fiber ecosystem and how easy it is to get started, I want to show a little demo. So recently, Poemandres launched Market, which is a website with a bunch of free models licensed with Creative Commons. So you can use any of those in your app. And let's see how easy it is to create an app and place some model in it. So I'll be using Code Sandbox, which is a really useful tool to be able to get started with any web project, and especially WebXR. So I'll use my template with just a basic scene that contains just some lights. And let's look how easy it is to add a model. We'll choose an apple. Over here, you can see you have a React Tree Fiber section, which is super convenient, and you just copy import. After that, you add it to your app, import the appropriate loader, and let's put it in our scene. So another awesome thing about React Tree Fiber is that you can take advantage of existing React features like suspense. So you don't have to manage asynchronous code. You already have it built in with React. So let's add model, position it somewhere in front of me. And let's add some hands. And just like that, we have a working application with some imported model. So let's check it out and look how it looks in VR. And so I want to give out a big shout out to Oculus team for making Developer Hub, because if you're using Quest and developing for WebXR, this is just an incredible tool because you have ability to like disable the proximity sensor, open links in your device, or cast the device. So let me get my Quest. Okay. So let me exit from the previous. And let me cast it to you so you can also see, not only me. And let's open the link in the browser. Okay, so we can see that hands are present in the app, and we can see the apple. We can touch it. Right now, you can't do anything with it, but it's all that will be put there, hands and the model. So just like that, in a couple of minutes, you have a fully working VR application. You can have your URL, you can share it with anyone. And it's really incredible how easy it is with WebXR to create and share experiences. And ReactXR is already being used in a while. And one example is a puzzle game called Pluckle, which is made using React 3 Fiber and ReactXR. You can find it right now on the Oculus browser page. So with over 2,500 hours played and 15,000 players, it proves that WebXR and React 3 Fiber is a viable platform for game development. And I encourage all of you to try it. It's a really fun puzzle game. And so in closing words, I want to say that WebXR platform is truly incredible. Like, not only is it frictionless, user-friendly, and easy to use, but it's also an open platform. So you can create it once and open it on any device. One major thing that makes me love WebXR is how incredibly low iteration times are. Like, it's so satisfying to being able to write code, instantly see it on the screen, experiment with any ideas. For example, the ones you see on the screen right now is just experiments that were made in like under an hour. It's just plain fun to be able to explore and discover this new technology in user-friendly way. And I'm really excited for WebXR future, and I can't wait to see what you all build. If you want to start with ReactXR, and go to the GitHub page and let me know what you think. Thank you. I think you're muted. I cannot hear you.
Hi, Rick. Oh, I am muted. Sorry, Olek.
Hi.
You did a great job. Thank you so much. I was just saying, if you hadn't mentioned it, I would never have known that this was your first presentation to a conference. I think at my first presentation, I fell off the stage as I was exiting, and I will never forget it. So you did a great job, and such great content. It's great to see that the work that you're doing is enabling so many people to jump in without, spending months and months just getting the basics working. So I really appreciate that you've done that work.
Thank you.
So one question that, it's the question I'm asking so many of the people that come on today is what are the sort of big missing pieces that you need from either the standards community or from the browser implementers that you feel like if they could either speed up or start working on, that would help you progress your work?
So definitely one of the exciting features that I'm looking forward to is being able to use Oculus pass-through in applications. So it would be great to be able to start developing AR applications on VR devices, because I think the AR is where all the current industry is heading towards, like mainstream AR glasses and stuff like that. It's really exciting to see the progress in that area. And also, the web GPU is definitely something to keep an eye on, because the performance is definitely one of the things that is currently, I wouldn't say lacking, but it's still something it's never enough performance.
Right. Yeah, it's sort of the unending work for not just the web, but for every one of these platforms. Are there specific things that you would like to ask the community to pitch in on? I know that you're part of a collective that works together on a lot of these projects and sort of has a collective chunk of work that they're going for. Are there specific things that you would like to ask the community to show up and help with?
Definitely, if you are a person that wants to try and start developing VR applications or AR, and have questions or like pain points or like any issues you're having, that'd be a great feedback to have an idea on what to work on or what to focus on, because this project is really about empowering people to build great and amazing experiences. So if you have any pain points, then yes, go ahead and open up an issue. We will gladly look at it.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on and talking about your work.